We ended the last episode with these two bottom rails having to be removed. And we're taped down on the plexiglass here. That's why you're getting the reflection of the lights above. And I'll put the macro lens on and we'll get rid of them. I don't mean the lights, I mean the rails. Okay, now, because our angle is a little bit different, we're getting rid of the lights too. I'm so glad I sharpened this thing. I have to come in at a different angle here. I might kind of block your vision just slightly. Oh, gotta grab it different here. Don't want to bend those. Okay, now if you will recall, we have to get rid of this last section. You know, I think I'm going to swing this thing around 180 degrees because I like to hold this thing in my right hand. Now I know you're looking at it from above, but anyway, let's just swing this around here. That's a lot better for me. And we're taking this whole thing off. But we were going to leave the post. You know, maybe it's not a good idea to be leaving the post. Well, we'll leave the post and I can always nip it off, I guess, with the Tamiya nipper when we get near the end. There we go. We'll save this just in case we need it later. And this one here, we'll just sort of put right over top of the fair lead so that we can sort of nip. At least I think that's the best way to go, where we have to take it off right here where my finger is. Oh, I pulled a little bit too hard. It almost came right off of the fair lead. Gotta get that back on. Okay, there we go. Now, I think if I'm going to err, I want to err on the side of it being a little on the short side, because if we have the post a little bit too far to the left, that means that in order for it to fit in place between the post and the fair lead, it's going to buckle, and that would not be good. It would almost be better with a tiny little gap here. Now all we want to do is just nip off the top one, and then we'll know where the rest are. Okay, I do believe that's okay. Now I was going to cut this end off here, right where you can see the break there. But then I realized that it would be far easier to glue this post in place, and then after it was glued in place, cut this off, as we have done before. I sort of have a tendency to put the horse before the cart here. So that means that we're going to have to try and slip a little piece of waxed paper underneath. So I'll just gently peel this back here. Very carefully, because we only have, as you can remember, only 3 rails that are intact. So I just want to get this up. There may be another way to do it, but it's kind of fun to see if I can do this. There we go. Now we'll slip a piece of waxed paper into there. You know, I keep calling it waxed paper, but you know, whenever I cut it or anything, it doesn't really cut like waxed paper. It's more like plastic. Okay. Now when we put the CA glue there, we don't need to worry about it gluing to the plastic. Okay, I want to have it almost up to this break. I don't know if you can see it or not. I can see it, so if I can see it for sure, you should be able to see it. Unless you're watching this on an old cell phone or something. And if you're watching it on your old cell phone, well, thanks for watching. Okay, that's pretty close to that break. I'll get my holder downer on it and well, that didn't go quite as planned again. It sort of buckled it a little bit, but at least I believe it's touching all four rails. Okay, what I've got here is slightly thickened CA thin. Maybe it'd be better like this. Gotta get my angle just right. Okay, let's let that cure now. Quite a bit of time has passed here now, and I think it's quite safe to take this off. If you will remember, the last time I tried this, I ended up slicing right through the waxed paper. Okay, we're free. Now, is this a mistake? Nope. Notice here, you see this on the end of this particular rail, there's a tiny little sliver of something. I guess I got a little bit too close to our post. Looking at that now while I'm editing out here, I can clearly see that that's glue. That is not metal. I didn't think that I got that close to the post. Okay, so this is the top rail. So we want to try and leave just a little bit here. You know, maybe I should use my other one. I can just operate just a tiny bit more delicately here. So I want a little tiny post sticking up on the top there. Ooh! That did not go well. There. Did I break that loose now, I wonder? Is that loose? Or is it still stuck on there? No, I think I broke it loose. Well, put this underneath. It's hard to tell if I'm actually getting any. I think I did. Guess I'll know when I edit this out because I'll be able to see it way better than I can see it right now. Okay, about 5 minutes has passed now. I'm pretty sure this is cured. Let's just check here. No, it hasn't. Okay, let's hold this down. And we'll try and cut this off. Right close to the bottom of the bottom rail. I'm having a hard time eyeballing this. Let's move this out of the way. I think that's it. I'm looking straight down on it, so I'm getting maybe a slightly better perspective than you are. Okay, right. Okay, that looks good. No, maybe that's... Okay, there. Yeah. Okay, now let's see how this is going to look on the deck. Now, this is honestly the first time I'm trying this. So if this does not want to work, the moaning that you're about to hear will not be dubbed in. Okay, here. How does that look like it's going to go? Get it hooked over this fair lead here, and I don't think I need to do any moaning. I think we can start gluing that down. I am noticing, though, out here with the light shining on it real bright, there is a little bit of CA glue. I didn't notice that. I wonder if I should try and get rid of that, or am I going to just end up breaking the rails off that new post? Okay, I'm kind of looking at it a little bit in the monitor right now, and also watching what I am doing with my other eye, if that's possible. And the glinting that I'm seeing there, I believe, is more or less CA glue that is on the post. I think that maybe after we get this glued into place, if I was to just touch it up with the flat paint from the primer, we might sort of get rid of that. At least that's the plan. When I'm sitting at the computer editing out the scenes, I see even more stuff. And I'm thinking that I can remove this with the hobby knife if I'm very careful after the CA glue has set. Now, I was just about ready to get my holder downer in place there, and then I all of a sudden got a scare. What's going to happen right here when we go past the depth charge dispenser rack? I don't think that's what it was called. Okay, it looks like it's going to clear it. Yeah. Unless I keep poking at it and the whole thing falls down. Okay. Oh yeah, it'll be all right. Well, it does appear that there's going to be a slight more of a gap there than I had planned on. But at least I don't need to worry about the CA glue wicking up between the posts, because I don't think there's... well, maybe when I straighten everything out, it does get fairly close there. But I am starting to pull it off the far side of the fair lead. Of course, you can't see that, but take my word for it. I wouldn't lie to you. Okay, I think that's good. We're just going to fasten it right there. Okay, I've moved you slightly around here so that you can see the bottom of both the posts that we want to do here, and I want to Just try and get this pulled as far towards you as I can. Okay, this little short section is just about in the right place. We'll worry about this second section later. And we don't want to be putting on so much glue that it's going to wick its way. I'll just get this one little section here. Now I know I didn't get very much on that post. Now, did this move out a bit on us? It kind of looks like it did. Poke it back while everything is still a little bit liquidy here. Better quit while I'm ahead. Okay, we will let that cure, and then I think we can probably pull this post back just a little bit afterwards. Now, I don't know exactly how much time has passed here, but I'm going to guess about an hour. All I want to do now is see if we can maybe pull this straight. Just bend it just a little bit. Maybe I can hook it on here. Okay, I'm going to have to hold back here with my thumb a little. Now, what's going to happen when I put the holder downer on this post? I know, can't talk and work at the same time. Let's just push this back just a bit. Okay, offhand, I'd say that's pretty good. Whoops, I almost knocked it down again. Now, I don't know if I should do this post or not. Probably not. It's not really being pushed down onto the deck. Maybe I'll just wait a second or two. Too far. But be better off doing it like this. Okay. Alright, I'm just going to work my way right along till I get to the depth charge rack, and then we'll see you there. Now, I know this is not the depth charge rack, but it's sort of a milestone. So we're just going to have a little bit of a break here at it, and I think that looks pretty good. Now, is that cured enough? Now, I know that post to the right of it isn't in the right place, but we'll get that. I want to get this one here on the may not be exactly right. See if we can poke it back just a tiny bit here. And we'll straighten this out later. Oh, gotta be careful. Just a tiny bit more. Okay, after that cures, that's not going anywhere. Okay, now I think I can probably do both of these posts at the same time here. Doesn't look like I got very much on there. And this one I have to do from the front. I realized you didn't actually see it there. The pin was sort of blocking it. I think that's probably going to stay there. Well, let's just leave that for a few minutes and let me check the clock. Do we have time to go on, or do we gotta call it a day here? Okay, it's 1:30 in the afternoon. Yeah, I think we can go a little bit further. I just finished editing out the last few scenes here, and we're up to over 22 minutes long in this episode already. And I had planned to talk about the silly mistake that I had made yesterday. So I guess we don't have time to do that now. But what I am going to do right now is, before I glue the rest of this down, I think we should get rid of that post, because once it's all glued down... Oh, there we go. Okay, once it's all glued down, it'll be too hard to nip it off without breaking the connections. Once again, I can't talk and work at the same time. Anyway, we'll see you tomorrow, all being well, and thanks for watching.